to another edition of In the Shed as we review the Friday night fixtures in Super League, starting at the Jungle as the Warrington Wolves beat the Casper Tigers 28 points to 6. Let's start with that Liam Watts yellow card. Yeah, he stayed down on the field, on the floor yet again. Not happy about that, Liam, I have to say. Personally speaking, didn't think it was that bad. And that was, of course, compounded by the fact that there were other headshots in this game throughout, the likes of Paul McShane's on Josh Fulis as an example, saying Musgrove had one as well for the Warrington Wolves. Neither of them punished. And for me, on a par, I thought the McShane one was worse actually than the one that sat down Luke Yates for that challenge on Watts. I just didn't quite get it, if I'm being perfectly honest. Unbelievable. Don't get me wrong, this was a real tough game for the Warrington Wolves. Casper went toe to toe in that first half. Thought the wire in the first half, thought they were playing football because the ball was on the floor that much. I mean, really, really poor execution from Warrington for most of that first half. And then came the moment of the game. Oh, Kai. Oh, yeah. You can keep your Ray Star Wars universe. Kai Taylor-Ray had the force with him at the Jungle. Pace, balance, agility, strength. Oh, he lit up the Jungle. He may have only got his Obi-Wan try, but it was a hand solo effort. There was a lightsaber. Oh, lightsaber, yes. It just completely and utterly, illuminated the Jungle. Outstanding. Let's go on to the video referees. I mean, how many times did they look at that try for Kai Taylor? It would have been a travesty if they'd have chalked it off. It was a moment of sheer genius. But what I would say is that, I saw it was a try. I'm sorry, it was a try. Sometimes you've got to watch them in normal speed. But it took me 5 minutes to give that try. Not a bit of it. In fact, there was quite a few of those this weekend on Friday night where I'm looking at it on first take. For example, one of the tries, I think it was Fuel, it's got chalked off. I called it in normal play. I think it took him 3 times to look at it. Can we have a look at that again? Why? Why do you want to look at it again? His foot's in touch. Let's get on with the game. Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. Got to be better. I agree with Steph Sale and with Greg Nixon. We agree here at Super League Raw. Let's get a timer for the video refs. Let's really put them under the cosh. They've got to be much, much better and much quicker. We want a bit of pace into our game. Warrington in the second half, completely different side. They have more pace. They control the ruck more. And it was a matter of time, wasn't it? And the reason for that was Danny Walker. Danny Walker come on and he controlled the ruck. He ran from dummy half. He caused them loads of problems. A lovely 20-40. Yes, he won't get credited for that because his senior got his hand to it. But again, the thing about the Jungle, isn't it, ladies and gentlemen, it's such a small pitch that it does allow good kickers, people who've got that in their game, to take full advantage, likes of Harry Smith, Danny Walker in this case, who can do a 40-20, 20-40. It really does lend itself to that, the Jungle, it has to be said, and Danny executed it brilliantly well. The 2 tries from Nicholson and from Bateman, his first in a Warrington shirt, very, very similar, lovely little short passes, really enjoyed them. But like I say, Warrington really did have to work for this. The reason Casper lost it, quite frankly, you can't miss 46 tackles. You can't, especially when your forwards are giving up 100 metres to the Warrington forwards. That's the reality. If the forwards of Warrington are making 100 metres more and you're missing 46 tackles, you're going to be in for a long night indeed. And they were in for a long night. There was 2 highlights for Casper for me. The first one, Luke Cooley, back from injury in the centre. I thought he played well. He took his try well. And what a prospect Jensen Windley looks. Oh, hello. Hey, where's he come from? Plucked out of thin air. Yes, I'm sure you Casper Tigers fans know Jensen really, really well. First time I've seen him. And I have to say, for a young lad, I thought he played very, very well. Yeah, he's going to make a couple of errors. Of course, he's a young kid. But bottom line is, I thought he was really, really good. And I'm looking forward to seeing more of him over the years to come. Maybe another little gem there that will be gracing Super League over the course of the next few seasons. This is the 22nd win at the Jungle in 36 for the Warrington Wolves in Super League history, ladies and gentlemen. And of course, they remain now well and truly still in the hunt for the league leaders' shield. Right, who am I giving the 3-2-1-2 at the Jungle? Well, 3 points are going to go to, and I'm not Sky, Josh Fulis. Josh Fulis was outstanding in this game. Unbelievable yet again. He's so assured. When he needs to take a high ball, he does. Some of the shots that he put on, his reads of the game. When there's a 3-man overlap, he knows he's got to punch inside. He's got to make the tackle or it's going to be an easy score on the right. And he delivers a massive hit. He does punch well above his weight, does Josh Fulis in defence. And yet again, took his try very, very well. Josh Fulis for me, man of the match for the Warrington Wolves. I have no arguments about that one. 2 points go to the young gem that is Kai Taylor-Ray. Oh, his breakout game, this one, without question. We've been saying it at Super League Raw, like I say, for years, that this kid is one to watch. And with the likes of Harry Robertson, Zach Eckersley, Logan Moy, we've got some wonderful young fullbacks coming through the systems, and they will be lighting up Super League for years to come. Kai Taylor-Ray has landed. And one, of course, Danny Walker. Danny Walker for me, yet again, second game running. Maybe his best form. He's coming at the right time for the Warrington Wolves. A brilliant performance. Comes on, changes the tempo of the game. Brilliant runs from dummy half. Real solid game. Turns the game, actually. I mean, even though Warrington were ahead at that point, it just allowed Warrington the freedom to get back on the front foot and to make sure they got this win. Warrington, like I say, still in the hunt for the league leader shield. Do you agree with that 3-2-1? What did you make of Kai Taylor-Way? Well, guys, that's what the comments are for. Make sure you get your comments in there. We want to know your opinion, but the Warrington Wolves look like they got a comfortable win, 28 points to 6 at the Jungle. At times it was nothing but there you go. Well done to the Warrington Wolves, and on to the Lee Leopards for them. So now let's go over to Headingley Stadium, where the Leeds Rhinos beat the Catalan Dragons 18 points to 6. This was a massive game for both sides. If Catalan won this, they'd have been 6 points clear of the Rhinos with only 4 to play. Not a bit of it. It started really well, though, didn't it, for the Catalan Dragons? I thought they came to frustrate. I mean, I have to say, how they didn't get more penalties against them, I don't know. Some of the lying on in the ruck, some of the, messing about in the ruck that Catalan did in this game, quite simply. I mean, dearie me. I don't know if his stopwatch had stopped working, but they were far too long. They came to spoil, they came to slow the game down. Eventually, it didn't work, but yeah, I mean, look, this is a massive win, isn't it, for the Leeds Rhinos? The Romano try, nicely taken. Arthur Moore stood his defender up well, left. Over you go, Mr. Romano, another good try. I like Arthur Romano. I like Arthur Romano. But I have to say, the Catalan second half performance was as laughable as the Catalan Dragons official Facebook page said that Theo Farge was man of the match. What is it with Theo Farge this season? Albert Goldthorpe have got him high. They decided to give him man of the match at least never in a million years. Cesar Rouget was the Catalan Dragons' best player on the night for me. No doubt about it. Maybe it was mistaken identity of the skull caps. I don't know, but no way, never in a million years with Theo Farge, the man of the match. Quite frankly, he's as blunt as my oldest knife in the drawer this season is Theo Farge. He's done nothing for the Catalan Dragons at all. Since Jordan Abdul's gone out of that side, no creativity at all. Sorry, Theo, but for me, his career went backwards the moment he left Saints. He's never performed, never at Huddersfield, now at Catalan. I'm just going to say it as it is. You know me, I don't sit on the bench. Theo, lad, must do better, is what I would say. And just like Warrington at the Jungle, second half, Leeds Rhinos come out, and they were like Goose and Maverick out of Top Gun, weren't they? Oh, the afterburners came on. They turned and burned the Catalan Dragons defence this way, than that. I mean, rumour has it, they were singing You've Lost That Loving Feeling in the huddle. They were that excited. Incredible stuff from the Leeds Rhinos in the second half. And I've got to give a rap to David Fussatua. I've been critical of David, but quite frankly, this was the performance that we were expecting ever since he landed at the Leeds Rhinos. He had a fine game. He's a big unit, and he used it to the right effect in this game. When he got that ball on the right-hand side and he's heading towards the line, I didn't fancy his chances based on previous form. I'm going to be perfectly honest, but this F-16 wasn't to be denied. He hit the bullseye. He had 3 bogeys all around him, and there you go. In you go. Go and get your wings, David. Go and get your wings. Fully deserved in this one. Many congratulations to you. Don't think you were a man of the match, but very, very well done indeed, sir. If I'm Steve McNamara, I'm concerned. I'm really concerned. First and foremost, the last 2 tries, the Frawley one and the Miller one. When a team go right down your throat and get length of the fielders like that, 2 in the same game, for me, you've got to be concerned if you're Steve McNamara. Yes, the forwards were tired. Yes, they pitched though. I mean, don't get me wrong, the Reece Martin step was as clean, tidy and shiny as me granny's. It was an unbelievable step from Reece Martin for that try. But like I say, if you're Steve McNamara, you've got to be concerned. I mean, Sam Lizone as well. Let's give a big shout out to him. A legal tackle from Sam Lizone, and it was an absolute picture-perfect one. It was an explosion of a tackle, wasn't it? C4 explosives on the field at Headingley, and Sammy Boy was the detonator. Boom, is all I'm going to say there. Outstanding tackle from Sam Lizone. But let's say back to the Dragons, they just don't seem to be any togetherness there, no creativity. There's something wrong in that camp. I don't care what anybody says. The chances of them getting to Old Trafford for the 3rd time in 4th year, I don't think going to happen. I really don't, folks. I mean, let's go to Desiree and Satai. We saw KR in Perpignan. Those 2 came on and destroyed KR. And I think, they put about 20 points on KR in a 20-minute spell when Desiree and Satai came on. In this game, both of them only ran for 26 metres. Wow. What's going on there? Where's the heart? Where's the desire? Unbelievable. I mean, a lot of rumours still that Chris Satai's back to FC for next year. Nothing to surprise me where that one's concerned. Let's put this into a bit more context for you, ladies and gentlemen. The young lad, Nicholson Watson, Another young superstar, perhaps, of the future. Have Leeds unearthed a little gem in this one. I loved his passion. I loved his desire. When he was forcing knock-ons with his tackles, celebrating them like they were a try. It was wonderful to see. And nothing makes me happier than young prop forwards coming through in the game. Noah Stevens is another great example at St. Helens. And, this kid really enjoyed his night at Headingley. And, many congratulations to him. 90 metres for 11 carries on his own. What I've just said about Desiree and Satai. This young kid, outstanding. Really, really good. Enjoyed watching him. I mean, simply, at the minute, like I say, Catalan are the most likely for me to miss out on the 6. They're only 2 points behind now, the Leeds Rhinos. Next week, Catalan welcome Wigan and Leeds go to London. There's only 19 points in the for and against between these two teams. I think by the end of next weekend, the Leeds Rhinos will be sitting ahead of the Catalan Dragons in Super League. The only real positive for Steve McNamara, albeit they're in terrible form, is that in their last 3 games, who they are going to be playing against. Now, they've got Salford. That's a massive 4-pointer right there. That could be it. I mean, Salford win that, they're really in trouble. The last 2 games, they've got London and then they've got Hull FC. Now, look, don't get me wrong. London beat them. Let's not forget that. London beat them. They're not playing well, Catalan Dragons, but on paper, if you're going to be a top 6 side, you've got the last 2 games of the season, London and Hull FC, based on what those two have dished up this season, and also the injuries as well at Hull FC. You've got to be thinking you're taking 4 points there. Will 4 points be enough, though, for the Catalan Dragons? That's the question. So, like I say, they've got a couple of games there where they'll be feeling pretty chipper. But that said, Leeds Rhinos, they've got FC as well, but they've got a really tricky 2 last fixtures, haven't they, the Leeds Rhinos? They've got Wigan and KR. So it's going to be very interesting indeed to see which one of these 2 teams get into the playoffs. I think one of them will. The question is, which one of them will? That's the question. Right, the 3-2-1, who am I giving the 3 points to? I'm going to give the 3 points to James Bentley. That's right, James Bentley. What a performance from James Bentley. He does the hard stuff really, really well. A lot of people question his mentality, his discipline, etc. In this game, he was superb. Cut to the eye, forget about that. Just bandaged me up a couple of times. I'm going to stay on the field. 29 tackles indeed. 9 marker tackles in this one, 4 tackles, 19 carries for 126 metres, 4 offload. He was all over it. He was all over it, James Bentley. It was a magnificent second row performance from James Bentley. So well done, James. You're getting me 3 points this week. Outstanding stuff from you. Many congratulations. The 2 points I'm going to give to David Foster-Tua. Yes, I've already talked about his try, but also a couple of try-saving efforts in there. I just thought his all-round game in this one was much, much better. So many congratulations, David. I've got to recognise that. I give him a lot of credit, a lot of criticism, this season. It's only right and appropriate that I give him, a pat on the back when he richly deserves it, and he deserves it in this one. And the 1 point I'm going to give to Lockie Miller. Some really good statistics there, a try and assist, 13 tackleables, 23 carries for 213 metres. Lockie again, a really good performance out of full back. But I just thought Bentley, certainly he deserved the 3 for me. I thought it was outstanding. 2 for Foster-Tua and 1 for Lockie Miller. Do you agree with that? Do you agree with the 3-2-1 in the Warrington Wolves game as well? Well, if you don't, like I say, in the chat, that's the place to be. Let us know your comments on these 2 games. So the Warrington Wolves 28-6, they march on. They continue to threaten for the League Leaders Shield. The Leeds Rhinos have took a giant step towards potentially being in the playoffs. We will be back tomorrow to review the 2 Saturday fixtures, 2 belters, aren't they, as well? St. Helens hosting Hull KR, and also, of course, at 5:30 this evening, the Salford Red Devils welcome the Huddersfield Giants in what will, again, will be a big game for the Red Devils. They will want, of course, to get 2 points, go 2 points further ahead of the Catalan Dragons, and perhaps maybe just do enough to remain in that top 6 from now until the end of the season. They're going to be 2 fascinating games. I, for one, looking forward to those. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Another edition of In the Sheds. We'll be back tomorrow. Enjoy your rugby league today. Bye for now.